Oh, it looked like Keith one time Thurman, old newly crowned gatekeeper, is ducking that Jaron Boots in his smoke. Now, I kept trying to tell people, man, Boots, Keith ain't scared of Boots, man. He'll get in there with anybody. I might have been wrong. You got to understand, man, I had been following Keith Thurman's career for a long time. I always thought he was a fighter that had the goods, bro. I've seen him climb that mountaintop to become a unified world champion. And listen, at the end of the day, if whoever can become a unified world champion, nonetheless in a glorified weight division like 47, you have to give him their props. It was a time when he did fight Robert the Ghost Guerrero, when he was 24-0 with 21 knockouts. A lot of people was riding high with Keith Thurman, Keith one-time Thurman. Facts. You never would have guessed in a million years his career would play out the way it is today and how it's going today. And I never thought I would have visual evidence of him ducking Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, unless Bozy Ennis is just a complete, flat-out liar, this appears to be a straight duck from Keith Thurman to Jaron Boots Ennis. This is what Keith Thurman had to say about fighting Jaron Boots Ennis.
Of course, I'll entertain a fight with him, with if that's the contract that comes in my face and we can't get a champion and this is how I got to feed my family, like I told whoever was a part of his family to his face.
What? Say that again, Keith? Say that again?
Of course, I'll entertain a fight with him, with if that's the contract that comes in my face and we can't get a champion and this is how I got to feed my family, like I told whoever was a part of his family to his face.
If this is how I got to feed my family, I'll fight Boots. Let's check out Bozy real quick.
When I made it that, it was just talk, man. You know what I mean? He know we've been wanting to fight him. You know what I mean? All he got to do is say that he want to fight us, and then we can sign and seal the deal.
Now, Steven Espinosa, has he ever offered that fight to Keith? Because Keith is like making it seem like...
Yes, he offered to fight to Keith. He told me out of his own mouth.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Has he ever offered that fight to Keith? Because Keith is like making it seem like...
Yes, he offered to fight to Keith. He told me out of his own mouth.
Wait a minute.
Has he ever offered that fight to Keith? Because Keith is like making it seem like...
Yes, he offered to fight to Keith. He told me out of his own mouth that he offered to fight. You know what I mean? Next time you talk to him
fight.
and you ask him, he'll tell you.
Okay.
You know what I mean? How's it going to turn out?
Yeah, how does that fight turn out?
Oh, we're going to beat him. That's how it's going to turn out. You know what I mean? and we also going to stop him.
Gosh almighty, say, look, we going to beat him and we going to stop him. And I do believe, Boots Ennis definitely stops Keith Thurman. The body just too soft, Bozy too smart, and the whole game plan would to beat the hell out of Keith Thurman's body. And Boots is most definitely big and strong enough to do that for the better part of 12 rounds if it goes that far. But my thing is, there's the audio and visual evidence. Oh, come on. What up, YouTube? Big Till Heavy Bad Boxing TV, man. Get your goof ass in here. Hit the bag. Hit that like button for your boy. That helps the channel. You know I appreciate that love. Shout out my gang, the bag hitters. Y'all know the count. Man, listen. Like I was just telling y'all before, always was a Keith Thurman fan. I know a lot of people. He's not in the good graces of a lot of people now, but 4, 5, 6 years ago, you was like, damn, one time, cats better watch out for the one time, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he mean business. But now he's slowly sliding into that gatekeeper role. And I think Boots Ennis is the first test of the gatekeeper. And to hear that he potentially turned this fight down, again, unless Bozy Ennis is just a flat out liar, and he's saying, listen, and shout out YSM Sports and Mill City Boxing for sure. You can check out those interviews with Keith Thurman and Bozy Ennis. But unless Bozy just flat out lying and he said you can ask Espinoza yourself, this is what Espinoza said. Because a lot of people like to, when it comes from Espinoza, it's credible. That's probably the most reliable source when it comes to Showtime Sports or Showtime Boxing. It just seems genuine coming from Bozy. And he says that Espinoza, unless Espinoza was lying to Bozy, you never know. But according to him, Espinoza offered Keith Thurman the Boots fight. And we don't have a Keith Thurman and Boots fight. And that's the crazy part about it, because listen, you waiting on a chance, you waiting on Bud and Errol Spence, that ship has sailed. Now you've heard it from both of these guys that neither one of them's gonna fight you. What all do Keith Thurman have left but a Boots Ennis? He's the next thing at 47. That's where it all lies. So maybe he's trying to wait it out, and hopefully Bud vacates the belts and, he fights for a title. But I don't think, it makes a difference, man. You're going to end up fighting Boots anyway. You might as well get it over with, bro. You know what I mean? You might as well go ahead and because you say he's not a gatekeeper, but boy, this is going to be it's going to feel a whole lot like gatekeeping versus the young, strong, up-and-coming champion, I believe, in Boots Ennis. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Is Keith Thurman ducking Jaron Boots Ennis? Is this enough audio and visual evidence to give to you, to present to you, my peoples, my family, that Boots Ennis, or Keith Thurman, has officially ducked Boots Ennis, right? That's what it appears to be to me. And for what? There's nobody else who. Don't nobody want to really. I mean, when you really look at it, who else would you want to see Keith Thurman fight out of 147? There's no more Victor Ortiz. I said Victor Ortiz. What's your boy name? Yeah, Victor Ortiz Jr. Is it Victor? I can't even think of the boy name right now. Ortiz, man. You know who the hell I'm talking about. The kid that's struggling with the rhabdomyolysis shit. And it's probably from, trying to get down to 47. It looks like if he does come back, it'll be at 54 or even 60. But that was going to be the next big thing. He had to fight with Amanda Stanionis. Maybe Keith Thurman fights Amanda Stanionis over Boots Ennis. Either one's a great test for Keith Thurman. But, let Boots get his scalp, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be surprised if some way, somehow Keith Thurman took the Amanda Stanionis fight over the Boots fight. I think Boots represents the end for Keith Thurman or anybody else at 147 to boot. So, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. That's all I got for y'all on this one, man. Big Tail, heavy bag. Talk to him, Roger.
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.